G'day Bunners. This week I'm going to the issue of third-party controllers and peripherals. Now, to be honest with you, there's nothing that pisses me off more than listening to some sort of self-obsessed moron whinge about the fact that the no-name, no-license piece of plastic rubbish you just purchased from the Chinese knockoff shop doesn't work. Christ on a crutch, as if we didn't know that was going to happen. You see, these things are never built to the same specifications as the originals, so all it takes is for one little part not to work correctly and you're screwed. Now, here's a good example, the Sega Saturn. This bad boy has the unenvious distinction of being rated as the second most unreliable console behind the 360. So, with this in mind, let's explore common third-party peripherals, the Action Replay cartridge. Now, these units would make contacts via very fine tin leads, and cheap cartridges would have wider contacts, increasing wear and tear on a system that was already unreliable. Put two and two together, and the answer to that very simple equation is, hey, presto, if you're that big a tight ass that you go out and buy a rubbish cartridge to put into an already rubbish game, well, I guess you deserve to own a Daewoo instead of a Toyota, don't you? And whilst we're on the subject of 360s, Microsoft has now decided that it wants a cut of all third-party peripherals made for that piece of junk. Why bother, for f***'s sakes? If the authorised accessories don't work properly on that unit, then what hope do the f***ing unauthorised accessories have? Considering that unlicensed accessories and peripherals have been around since the day of the Atari, and none of them ever seemed to work right then, so what hope do they have of working right now? Considering that even if they did work, it was usually arse about. Which, getting on to arse about, I had this controller once for the PlayStation, and it apparently worked the treat. And I bought it because they had one of those little nifty turbo button function things on it, okay? Well, it worked the treat alright, only if you held it upside down, played it back to front, and didn't touch the turbo button, which is why I bought it in the first place. And if you did, everything would sort of go haywire, and it would all do and everything would go all skewy. And I ranted and I raved and I carried on about what a piece of rubbish this was, and you know what the really bad thing was? That I had doshed out my hard-earned reddies on a piece of junk from a Chinese knockoff shop, which sort of makes me another one of those self-obsessed morons that whinges about their no-named, no-license piece of plastic rubbish that they bought from a knockoff shop. So, I guess that's irony for you. Anyway, I'm Grubs. That was my 2 cents. Where does this fucking thing plug in? Can't find the plug. No, it doesn't go into there, does it? This may sound really, really stupid, but I can't find a f***ing plug. It's alright, Einstein, I found it. Would have wider contacts, so hence already increasing wear and tear on a unit. With this in mind, let's